Hey guys, Thunderset here, bringing you one of my favorite archetypes in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's Monarchs. We're returning to the 30-card Rebus version, because that is the current version of Monarchs. This is the most competitive form. Works out really great. It's actually really competitive, and it's very nice. What have we done? We've changed up the skill. We're using Destiny Draw. We've changed up the ratios of our spells, and we've added more tuners. So with more tuners, that means we're actually utilizing an extra deck, guys, which is something you usually don't do with Monarchs, because a lot of their spell and traps say no cards in your extra deck, no special summon extra deck monsters, all that kind of stuff. But now, we're throwing that to the wind. We're using more tuners. Glow Up Bulb is absolutely fantastic in Monarchs. He'll special summon by milling from your deck, which is only a benefit for this deck. You also have Plague Spreader, who just works out well as a special summon, but he drains resources from your hand. Still a very lovely card. And of course, Raiden, in combination with Charge the Light Brigade, makes for some serious milling that can support a 30-card deck like this. So what are we trying to mill? We have a bunch of targets. We have Restoration of the Monarchs. You don't necessarily want to mill this card. You want to use this card when you've milled one of these boys. It can special summon any one of your boss monsters and count them as 2 tributes for another boss monster. So it works out really, really well. Or you could just special summon, let's say, a Zaborg, have a level 4, a level 2, or a level 1 tuner on the field with that Zaborg, and you have synchro summons, guys. It works out very, very well. And so, like I said, these boys are just to mill. These are fantastic boys you want milled that will save your bacon. And these are just our other Monarch spell and trap cards. Now, Frost Blast is fantastic. You banish it and another spell or trap card from your graveyard, destroy it face down. It can be a face down monster. Prime Monarch is the main boy you want in that graveyard. He'll special summon by banishing another spell or trap, another Monarch spell or trap from your graveyard. He'll come out, be 1000 attack, 2400 defense, level 5 monster, so it does work with the synchros. And yeah, he's the main combo, guys. He's how you're getting out easy boys. He's just super useful. You don't really use the first effect where you target 2 spell or traps in the graveyard and return them and draw. Doesn't work out too well. You never want this card in your hand. Always want it in the graveyard. Even if you draw it, you don't want to set it, because Erebus can mill it to your graveyard from your hand for you. Works out nice. And of course, first Monarch, it's just a good spell or trap, Monarch spell or trap to have in there. He can be a way to our Erebus. He can be more synchro summons as a level 6, but mostly we use him as fodder to special summon our Prime Monarch from the grave. So, we're using the best synchros we got, guys. We have Vermilion, we have Scrap Dragon, we have Michael, we have Black Rose, Bryonic, and Zeta. No doubles of anything. A fantastic synchro pool. Just gives this deck the much more needed bite, and it works out great, guys. All these extra boss monsters really support Erebus very, very well, so he's not your only win con. And I love it. I love this deck to death. It's just strong enough to have fun with. So definitely try it out if you have the cards, guys, and thanks for watching. Okay, here's the Seto Kaiba. We're going second once again. He's using some Dark Magician Girl swag over there. We have a Prime Monarch in our hand. You really don't want that. So our opponent sets 1, sets a back row. We top deck a Charge of the Light Brigade. Works out very well for us. Don't really mill anything good except a Kyroid. We're going to normal summon our Raiden, mill even more. Now we're going to use a Restoration on a Zaborg. That's 5 plus 4, which is 9. That's a Vermilion Dragon Mech. Banish that same Raiden, hit that back row. Turns out it's a Hollowed Life Barrier, throws away a Stone of Ancient. We already knew that was a Stone of Ancients face down, so we didn't aim for the monster, clearly. Now our boy gets to bring out 1 Blue Eyes in his end phase. Now it's his turn. Flips up what we already knew was a Stone of Ancients, hits him with the Sage. That brings out a second Blue Eyes. He's going to get another Blue Eyes in his end phase, hit us for a grip of damage. But all that grip of damage is going to do is let us use Destiny Draw, guys. So he brings out a Spirit of White. I guess he didn't want to use his third Blue Eyes. Brings out a Spirit of White. We get to Destiny Draw any card we want, guys. We go with Charge of the Light Brigade. That gives us a Raiden, which is what we want. And it mills our graveyard. Rebus into the graveyard helps us get our Prime Monarch into the graveyard from our hand. Very, very useful. 2 more to our hand. That triggers Prime Monarch's effect. We can banish a first Monarch, bring our boy out, normal summon a Glow Up Bulb, guys. Where am I going with this? You know exactly where we're going with this. Bryonic Dragon, guys. Throw away our entire hand to get rid of it, but we're not even done, guys. Here comes Glow Up Bulb. Time to upgrade our boy into a Zeta. That way, even if a Blue Eyes comes back out, we have him covered, guys. Absolutely crazy play versus a field of Blue Eyes. Lovely, lovely stuff, guys. Here, we're going to go with that Prime Monarch. Special summon him. Right in our opponent's end phase in case we somehow make another. But we don't. We go for lethal, but he does in fact have a Kiteroid in his big ol' hand. Hit him for the 1k though, so anyone's lethal next turn. Sets another monster. We get another charge of Light Brigade. I don't know if he can really use it. We use our Frost Blast to destroy the face down, which gives both our boys a lethal swing over his one Kiteroid. Absolutely crazy duel, guys. Okay, here we are facing a My Valentine. Going second. This deck has first turn plays. This deck has second turn plays. We're all good. Opponent's using some Harpies sleeves. Not the greatest hand. Raiden makes for a good start regardless though. So we're going to go with our Raiden. He's going to hit us immediately with a Dark Contract with the Witch. No problem for us, really. Takes 1,000 damage. Sets another monster. He discarded a Pendragon, so he must be having a hard time starting his fusions. Hits us again with the Witch. Straight onto a Plague Spreader Zombie, so that's okay for us. Taking another 1,000 damage after using Draw Sense low level. The Draw Sense low level he used was Night Howl, which is going to give him a Gust High King Alexander, 3k monster. We should have took the battle damage. It would have been better to just get the immediate Destiny draw instead of showing him we have a Kiteroid. But we don't. We show him we have a Kiteroid. We don't take the Destiny draw. We're going to set our Glow Up Bulb. He's going to draw a Sense low level again. It's just a slime. So he's going to chain his Witch to destroy our poor Bulb. Now we're going to take the 3k for our Destiny draw to really put a nail in this guy's coffin. Here it comes. Destiny draw should be charged with Light Brigade. That way we're able to mill more, get our Raiden out to mill even more, and still have a tuner that we're able to utilize. So we're going to start off with a Frost Blast, banish a first mark. We hit a Fiendish Chain, guys. Can you believe that? So we first off use our Restoration on a Zaborg. That gives him 2 tribute ability for our Rebus. Now we get to send High King Alexander back to the grave. We get to use our Glow Up Bulb and our Prime Monarch, both to special summon from the graveyard. That's a Bryonic Dragon. We get to send that back row, getting that Prime Monarch into our graveyard, which is exactly where we want it, guys. We send a back row. I looked at his deck. He had 2 copies of Wall of D in his deck, so that could have very well been a Wall of D with no delay. Great, great stuff, guys. Okay, here's Seto Kaiba. We're going first. Using some Yubel sleeve and man, it's pretty cool. 2 Prime Monarchs in our hand. That is absolutely terrible, guys. We're gonna start with a charge of the Light Brigade, mill our other 2 charges of the Light Brigade, but we also got a Glow Up Bloom in there. We also mill and the Rebus with our Raiden. That's very useful in getting these Prime Monarchs out of our hand and into the grave, which is exactly where we want them. Raiden mills a little more in the end phase, and we call it a turn. Our boy is a Blue Eyes. He normal summons a Maiden, hits her with the Sage. That's going to be 2 immediate Blue Eyes to the field. He goes with the new school, the D-Sod Blue Eyes so far. Now he brings out a Spirit of White for the second. Swings for 1, swings for 2. We're alive with 200 life points left, guys. We use our Prime Monarch in the end phase because we're about to draw any card we want with Destiny draw. We're gonna bring it to this boy, super easy. Draw a Raiden, use our Plague Spreader, get rid of a Frost Blast. That's a Black Rose Dragon, guys. Wipe the field of those Blue Eyes. Now, normal summon a Raiden, special summon our Prime Monarch. First we gotta mill a little with our Glow Up Bulb. Glow Up Bulb plus Prime Monarch, guys, that's 1700 plus 2300 in our Bryonic Dragon. Mill a little more just for good measure, but swing for lethal all the less. Absolutely love this deck, guys. Great, great stuff. Okay, here's Sarah. We're going second. Using a nice little cute blue sleeve and mat there. He has some sort of Machina Super Heavy Samurai mix. So we have our work cut out for us. We're going to start with a charge of Light Brigade. We hit a Rebus, which is going to get that Prime Monarch out of our hand, a Frost Blast, and a Glow Up Bulb. Very, very good mill. Now we're going to Glow Up Bulb. So another play we had available to us, instead of using a Rebus out of the graveyard to get rid of that Prime Monarch, we could have just used our Restoration of the Monarchs on our Rebus and normal summoned in a Rebus, but that wouldn't have been quite as good as the play I'm about to do. So we use our Glow Up Bulb, normal summon our Raiden, bring out another Frost Blast. Now we're able to use the Restoration on our Rebus. That's a Synchro Summon of a 1 plus an 8. That's a Vermilion Dragon Mech, guys. Now we're able to destroy that boy. He's not a Super Heavy Samurai monster, so Flutus does nothing for him, but he does in fact have a Kiteroid, which delays our lethal. We mill a little more in the end phase, but nothing but Light Sworn cards, so pretty useless. He sets one, but guess what, guys? We get another charge of the Light Brigade. We mill a Kiteroid and a Glow Up Bulb, pretty good, but it's all about Frost Blast. Frost Blast can hit monsters, so we destroy his Soul Piercer. That gives him a little surge. Now look at this animal play, guys. He has one Kiteroid down, so we didn't have lethal this turn with his one Kiteroid. So what are we going to do? We're going to use an Erebus. We're going to take from his hand. We're going to stop him from coming back, because we weren't going to hit lethal here. 1700 damage was not worth it. Him versus 2300 versus having 600 makes no difference for us. Having that -1 from his hand makes a huge difference for us, because he's already coming back with just 2 cards. He makes a little 2-card comeback with a Super Heavy Samurai Wagon that searches, what is that one called? Shield? So, does not play the shield. We use our Prime Monarch. We also use our Erebus to throw away a Prime Monarch. We get our boy Zaborg, guys. We don't even use Zaborg, so we normal summon the Plague Spreader. That's 5 plus 7. That's Michael. Michael's going to be able to banish that boy, but we don't because they have a Flutist. If he has a Flutist, you want to target him, so we just swing for nice and lethal. Great, great stuff, guys. Alright, here's the Taya Gardner. We're going second. He's using a Berry Girl map. Oh no, it's one of those animated ones. Very cool. Sets a back row, uses a Magician Girl too, so this guy's fully dedicated. Gotta love when people are conscientious of their sleeves and mats. Here we mill a Erebus, Glow Up Bulb, and a Prime Monarch. Pretty good stuff. We use our Glow Up Bulb to mill another Frost Blast. Our Zaborg hits that Chocolate Magician Girl. He wastes a whole econ on a Zaborg. Very good for us. Now he's got a normal summon a Lemon. Enemy controller our Zaborg to graciously give us our Destiny Draw. So he goes out of his way to trigger our Destiny Draw for us. That's going to go a long way. We used our Prime Monarch in the end phase. That's why we were saving this Frost Blast. Now we get to Destiny Draw. Draw whatever we want. Look at that animal draw, guys. We go first Monarch. So confident in this play. We do a backup play. So we go summon our tuner. That's a Vermilion Dragon Mech after we mill another Prime Monarch. Now we hit him with that back rows, a wall of D, guys. Would have survived his lethal, but we get him with the Vermilion. Absolutely great stuff. Guys, I love this deck. I love this deck. I'm not saying it's going to go out there and crush you a 60% win ratio or something like that, but you're going to be in every duel. You're going to have a fighting chance in every duel. You're going to feel like you have a chance to win. You're not going to just feel like every deck's way better than yours. It's great. It's fun. It's hard to have fun in Duel Links, so whenever you can, guys, jump to it. So if you have the cards, try them out. You'll fall in love with Monarchs like I have. It's great stuff. Hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks for watching.